that the Lord has used them in a very, very fearful way to raise from the ground in one of the greatest wonders of our time, in one of the greatest wonders of our age, blessed people. So wherever you are, make sure that you're on standby, because any moment from now, the most glorious prophets of God the Father, Jehovah Yahweh himself, will be live here on Jesus is Lord Radio on 105.3 and 105.9 FM. Be on standby and make sure that you are ready. Wasikilizaji wapendwa, hakikisha ya kwamba uko tayari, kwa sababu wakati wowote tu kuanzia sasa hivi, dakika yoyote tu kuanzia sasa hivi, mpendwa msikilizaji, manabii wa kutisha kabisa wa Jehova Yahweh mwenyewe, ambao Bwana Mungu mkuu mwenyezi Jehova Yahweh amewafunua kwa njia ya kutisha sana kabisa, kwa njia ya kuogofya sana kabisa, mpendwa msikilizaji, jinsi vile nabii mkuu zaidi kabisa wa Bwana Eliya, wakati alimuuliza Mungu Baba mwenyewe, akamwambia Jehova Yahweh ya kwamba akaweze kuleta mvua katika ile gate, ama katika tu mahali pa kuingilia, mpendwa msikilizaji, katika ile ukumbi wa ibada ya uponyaji kule Colombia, kule Bogota, alipomuuliza Mungu
of the mothers of these cripples, that I had a cripple. I prepared my cripple very well to go to church, and took my cripple, dressed my cripple, and went to church. People, the church being the place where the Lord left on this earth, where if you have problems, you go to the church. If you have any problem, please go to the church. That's where solutions are. That's the house of God, where your Creator is. And you see that now coming out very powerfully, vividly clear. I went with the cripple. Little did I know that I was going to come back with the cripple walking, with my daughter walking. These are historic moments in the life of the church. Historic moments in the life of this earth, on this earth. Big celebration, and no country on the earth does this kind of celebration. And so now, blessed people, on our way now, preparing again for another departure, for a very serious mission in Paraguay, a very, very sensitive time. The frequency of the missions can tell you of a prophetic acceleration. They were frequent, how frequent they are. The intensity of the missions talks about an increased velocity. God has increased acceleration. He has accelerated the missions. And that in itself should instruct now how you prepare your readiness all the time. Wherever you are, wherever you are, this is the moment now you say, how about if this moment, as I'm sitting here, talking here, as I'm walking here, as I'm working here, as I'm in my shop, how about if the Messiah came right now? Because the signs are now clear. And you look at also the global news, the Ebola has gone up. Now more than 1,405 have died, and more than 3,000 infected. Those are the ones that have been registered. There are many others in areas not accessed, infected, areas controlled by WHO, infected. Those are many others who don't just believe in coming to hospital to be tested. So you can imagine how dire, how terrible that situation is with the Ebola virus. And then Ukraine war, how serious it is. And then now the US-Iran war, still tremendously difficult, complicated, and on. Lebanon is still on, Gaza is still on. Very, very serious. You put all that together, and the visitation, the celebration we had yesterday, the open heaven, 32 times. 32 times. 32 times. God the Father speaking to me by voice in the dream, showing me the rain again, Bogota, and saying, this is the visitation of God, God the Father. Tremendous. And so, blessed people, it's a very, very mighty time, even as we are now preparing again for departure to another nation to go serve them, serve the Lord, and stand there and make a glorious announcement, the glorious announcement on the glorious coming of the Messiah. But now, on the Lord today, the meetings ended this morning, and today the Lord spoke with me, and I want to share with you what God the Father spoke with me today. Very, very serious. Very, very, He's never spoken in this way before. And this is what I want to share with you today. Blessed people, tuned in globally, heaven speaking directly to the earth, time waning out. And in this conversation, blessed people, I want to share the following. Today, the Lord, it seems, was in a hurry. He really wanted to have this conversation with me. And the way I was very tired, we've just come from the mission, the long distance and everything, change of time. And then yesterday it was full conference. It was a full international conference. That was a whole conference, a long message, powerful message of the Lord, the coming of the Messiah. God has remembered his covenant with his people. He promised to come and take them to himself. He has tarried a bit, but now he has remembered. The rapture is about to happen now. The church age is about to end. Now he's showing the vision, saying, prepare. I've remembered, meaning my time for acting is near. I'm about to act now on the covenant. So the Lord has spoken with me today. Very, very profound conversation, unbelievably so. And this conversation relates to the one that is speaking with you here. Today, the Lord Almighty, in a tremendous dream, a very, very mighty dream, he made me stand on the earth here. After that, he lifted me just a little bit above the soil, above the surface of the ground, above the space on the earth here, to see better what he wanted to show me. And then he showed me a humongous tree. One huge tree, huge, unbelievable. Even the trunk, how it's sitting, rooted on the earth, a huge tree, unbelievable tree. Even the trunk of the tree was enormous, unbelievably so. And when the Lord showed me the huge tree rooted on the earth here, and then the Lord Almighty begins to show me how that tree has grown. It's a huge tree that has grown, connecting the earth with a lot of leaves and huge branches. There is this section of branch that goes vertically with many sub-branches of leaves and so forth, sub-branches with leaves, and it goes straight up until it touches heaven, touches inside heaven. A massive tree grown on the earth here. I mean, rather, rooted on the earth here, but it grows. It has grown and gone vertically like this. And as it goes vertically, there are these branches going left, right, with many leaves, full of leaves and foliage, going all the way until it entered inside the glory of heaven. You can imagine how humongous the tree is. All right. And then, on its right hand side, that branch that goes up, on its right hand side, when the tree grows from the root, the trunk, the stem, the huge trunk from stump, from the trunk, from the root like this, then a little bit on his right side attached to is another, is going vertical also, but another sub branch going vertical, but over glorified with leaves, but the glory of the Lord now, and the Lord seems to have demarcated it as though you can even draw it like this, over glorified leaves now attached on the right hand side of this main branch, going until it touches heaven. And then there is now on his right hand side attached this other sub branch, which also goes way up and is glorified. Now glorified. And the leaves are in there in that sub branch of the main branch going up into touching into the glory of heaven, entering heaven. There is this one also on the right hand side of the tree, of this main branch rather, of the tree, going all the way until, and it's with a lot of leaves also, and then glorified. Now the glory of the Lord is shining there. I can give the example of the cloud of God that visited Kisumu, when the Lord used to show me his cloud, how he's going to come visit. Then I kept talking about this white patch, this glorious patch. When you check the cloud right now, that video, that visitation, you see there is a white patch. But this is huge. This is now the branch of the tree, the right-hand side of the tree, with many other branches, sub-branches, but it's also going up with a lot of leaves. But this time the glory of the Lord has totally glorified the sub-branch as it goes up with super glory and covered all the leaves there. Everything is super glorious glory. And then right to that, the right-hand part of that, the right-hand part, another branch, the right-hand part of that glorious part, another branch, a huge one like the one that has gone into heaven, has also grown. It has grown going up like this, and then it has come like this and folded like this. It is now feeding the earth, with a lot of leaves, and it is touching the earth like this with a lot of leaves on the earth, feeding the earth. It has gone up and it has folded like this, like this, like this, like this, and it's now serving the earth, feeding the earth. So it is one big tree with one major branch with many sub-branches, but growing straight up until touching inside heaven. And on the right of that is another sub-branch with a lot of leaves going vertical with a lot of the glory of God totally covered there, glorified. And then another branch now has come and done what? Gone up and curved like this, and is now feeding the earth, is touching the earth and serving the earth. Very, very serious, blessed people. All of them connected to one root, major trunk, major root, major trunk of the tree. The Lord revealing the two prophets of Yahweh that stand, the olive trees that stand before the Lord of all the earth. Blessed people, the Messiah is coming. Thank you.